Hi everyone and welcome to neurogymenligne. I'm very happy to be with you in a new video today. And in today's video, I wanted to give you some exercises that you can do to improve transfer. So transfer from a wheelchair to a bed, from a wheelchair to another chair, and just to move yourself in your wheelchair. So strengthening exercises and mobility exercises that will help you to be more mobile and be more independent with your wheelchair. If you're not in a wheelchair, those exercises are very good for you too. So it's strengthening of the upper body and lower body. So it's very complete. You will see those exercises are for everybody. You just need a chair. So prepare yourself, but before, I invite you to do a thumbs up or a like if you love that kind of content and that kind of videos. And I invite you to follow us on our social media platforms and to share with people that might love and benefit from this video. So prepare yourself. We start in a few seconds. See you soon. Okay, great. I hope you will sit it on a comfortable chair or in your own wheelchair. First of all, I have to say that the exercises I will show you are general. They might not be good for you. You might have difficulty to do them, and if you need assistance, if you need someone to be near you for balance, please do it when you have someone. Be sure that you have also stable surface near you, so in case you lose balance. The exercises are not very difficult for balance except one. I don't want you to do a transfer if you're not able, and actually we will not do transfers in this video. I will just show you how you can improve strength and some movement in your wheelchair to improve your transfer, but we will not do them. But it might be challenging for your balance, so be careful and make sure that you do the exercises in very safe conditions. So it's very important. I trust you on this, so it doesn't work to take risk in this situation. Okay, so, and if some exercises are too difficult or you have pain, just don't do them. And there's a bunch of exercises on our channel if you want to do other kind of exercises, and maybe come back to this video when you will feel more stronger and with a better balance, that you will be ready to work on your transfer. Okay, we will start, but if you're just one thing, if you're in a wheelchair, make sure you put your brakes on. It's very important. And if you do the exercises on a chair, make sure you're not on a rolling chair. Very stable chair, it's very important. You see, I'm behind, like very close to a wall, so if I push back, I will not slide too far and I will not fall. Okay, so let's start. So when we want to do a transfer, I'm not in a wheelchair, but imagine I want to go in that, like sit on this chair without standing. So I want to transfer myself. You see, I will have to first off, if I'm sitting very back in my wheelchair like we are supposed to be, we will have to come forward and bring the bum at the edge of the chair. And if I want to transfer on the other chair, I will have to lean on it and lift my bum and change like this. The same, like if I'm here, it's very difficult to lift ourselves, so we want to bring ourselves forward. I don't want you to do this, I'm just explaining. You will understand more why we are doing the exercise that we will do. So again, I will go back to the other chair and I have to lean forward and a bit in diagonal, put my hands there, push myself up, my bum, and move my bum and bring on that chair. Okay, so it's very complex. We need a lot of strength at the core and at the arms and the shoulder mostly. I will get rid of this chair and we will start. So first thing that we want to train, it's to lean forward, and this is very difficult. It might seem like easy, but it's not for most people. It's scary when you don't have a lot of muscles in your trunk. It's scary to lean forward, but the more you lean forward, the more weight you put on your feet, and you can use that as a pivot. If you're here, you have to lift everything, and the feet are not grounded. Even if you don't have any contraction in your legs, if you put some weight, with the weight and the gravity, it will kind of stuck your feet, ground your feet on the floor, and it will be easier to use it as a pivot. Okay, so, and it will be less difficult for your arms to lift you. So this is a very important point to remember, and sometimes we train this like for a long time before the person can actually do a transfer. And even if you can't do your transfer, but you want to help people that are doing transfer with you, the more you will be able to lean forward, the better it will be for the person that is doing the transfer with you, because they will have to lift less your body, or it will be easier to slide on a plank, for example. So it's very important. This exercise is the most difficult for the balance, so make sure you're very safe, as I said at the beginning of the video. So we will do that for 30 seconds. What we will do, it's like we will try to lean and reach on one side and lean and reach on the other side. We don't need to not have hands, because when you do transfer, you can use your other hand to secure you and put the hands there, and when you have another support point, you can move your arms there. You don't need to be able to lift both hands at the same time to do transfer. So you can use one hand to stabilize you. It's totally fine. Just like learning how to move your trunk and when to stop, at what speed to go, like all those kind of things. It's proprioception needs to be good and to be trained to be able to do transfer in a safe and easy way. Okay, so let's go. We'll do that. So we lean on one side as much as you can without, like, before you will lose balance. On the other side. So it's okay if you're not leaning as far as you will need to do a transfer. We are training the properties or the skills you need to do a transfer. As I said, we are not doing a transfer like in rehab. Sometimes we train this for weeks before we even try to do a transfer, and this is absolutely normal. So take time, step by step, one little step by one little step. As long as you're going forward and you're improving, that's good. You don't skip steps, because it will be too difficult, discouraging, and actually it's not safe. So like, it doesn't work to try to do transfer when you're not able to do it. And even if you will never be able to do it, all those exercises are very good for many things, for balance, strengthening, proprioceptions, confidence. Okay, let's go. Let's do another one. So it's good. I've been working this on with people that kind of knew that the goal was not for them to be able to do the transfer by themselves, but they wanted to help people or just to move their body. And it's like, it's rewarding because it's a functional activities, and they can see that, oh, instead of like the person is transferring at 100%, I can do 20%, I can help a little bit, and I am improving on many things. I have more skills, like, so that's totally fine. And at one point, with time, and sometimes a lot of time, some people were able to do it with supervision sometimes, and some without. Like, that's good, but we never know how far a person can go. Like, sometimes we think people can go like at the point, but they reach like further. They are capable of more. Sometimes they are capable of less, because there's many things that influence the improvement and the performance, and that's totally fine. Let's go. Let's do the other one. So my point here, it's like, work at your best, don't put too much pressure on yourself, and you might be surprised, but it's okay also if sometimes we put some goals that are very, very difficult to attain. But it's okay. Reach for the moon, at least you will be in the stars. Okay, good. So I really love that. I'm not sure it's exactly the way they see it, but I really love that. You can reach for very high, and it's okay not to reach that, but at least you will have go forward a lot, instead of like not trying to reach at all and stay at the same point. As long as you're improving and like you're going forward, yeah, this is very good. So there's so many benefits of doing exercises. I hope you will see them, and I hope the videos that we are doing will help you. Okay, so now the other exercise actually should have been done first to do a transfer, but we are not doing a transfer, we are just learning and improving the skills. But like, when we are seated in the back of the wheelchair, we have to lift the bum and bring the bum forward like that. So we will learn to lift the bum like this using the sine muscles of the trunk and the obliques and the carré des lombes. I don't know the name, but like we in English. So we will do like this, and we can even like go forward and go backwards, depending on how your capacity of doing this. If just lifting like this, it's what you can do, that's good. If you can lift and try to go forward and move back and forth your bum, you can do this. Okay, let's go. So we lift, come. You can use your arms a little bit to help you if you need. But the goal is also not to use like a compensation. Use the muscles that should be doing this movement as much as possible. Our body always wants to use what is less, use less energy. Like it's a survival mode. This is the main goal of our body. It's like to make us survive, and the way we survive is by using less energy. So when something is difficult, it will not use it, so we will compensate a lot. So we will use our arms, we will use other muscles that are not primarily used to do this. In some cases, when you're completely paralyzed, it's absolutely okay to use compensation. But if you have contraction in the muscles that should be working to do a movement, try to use them as much as possible, even if it's difficult. It's the way you will improve the most. Okay? And this is when you're doing exercises. You can, we are studying, you can also try to use that in your everyday life, but sometimes it's longer to use, like it's way more difficult or very long to do a movement with like the good muscles. So that's okay in your everyday life to use the compensation, and from time to time try to train to use the right muscles. But when you're training, like, and to improve a skill or muscle contraction or motor control, it's very, very important to use the compensation, to use the muscles that needs to be moving. Okay, you can just lift like this, lift your bum, try to put your hands behind, like you want to release the pressure, put pressure on one side and release completely the other side, so you can move it. This is very good if you want to help people, because you can unload one side and they can help you and pull your leg or your hip. It's very useful. Sometimes it's very difficult for people to just doing this, so if you can just do this a little bit, it will make a big difference. Okay, let's go. And last time. So you see, you have to bend also, and like it's kind of a balance exercise too. You have to avoid to bend too much on the side, not to fall, to kind of stay straight, but really lift the bum like this. Again, you can bring it forward, backward, depending on if you're able to do it. Sometimes people will have wheelchair cushions that are so soft and like with air and kind of deep. It will be very difficult. You will have to lift a bit more. I'm on a solid chair. It's a bit easier, but you will have to adapt to your own chair, your own cushion. So that's good. If you need to lift more, train that. Lift more, really try to move it. If it's very, very difficult, you can maybe try to do it at the edge of a bed, on another chair if you're stable. Start with that. Something that we see, like when we train in rehab, for example, we do a lot of exercises on a bobad bed. It's kind of not so soft. It's kind of very solid, flat surface. And when after we arrive in real life, in a real wheelchair on a bed, it's absolutely not the same. So the performance decrease sometimes quite a bit. Like it can be very difficult. So it's very important to train a skill in an ecological way, so in the real situation, the real life situation. So that's good. If you're at home and you're training in your own wheelchair, know that it's more difficult. This is normal, but it's okay to train it like that, because it's what you have, it's what you're doing every day. So continue, persevere, and you will see improvement. Okay, now another thing that we have to do when we do a transfer, it's if you have your legs on the footrest, you have to lift them and bring the foot, like lift your foot and move the footrest. Or if you have a solid, like a non-moving footrest, you have to lift and bring your foot in the front. So if you're in a wheelchair, do exactly what you have to do a transfer. But for me, I will lift the legs like that. We will do 30 seconds. We will alternate from one side to the other, because it's very good. It's also balance, like shifting the weights. So you can do this, and you train just to move your foot out and in of the footrest. Okay, for people who don't have footrest, just lift your hip like that. Next, we will do movement. Okay, the first set, we will just do it like this. So this movement is quite difficult. You can use your hands. A lot of people will use their hands. Okay, so to increase the difficulty, if you can, so what we will do, it's like putting on the side like this, because also when we want to transfer, actually if I want to go this way, I will want to move my legs a little bit to be to do a arc de cercle, circle arc, so we want to put our feet a bit in the direction that we will be going, actually a bit the opposite, to follow the movement. So be able to move it like that and to put it away from the footrest. Okay, so we'll go on the side and try to put the foot a bit further forward and on the side. Okay, let's go like this, and we come back like this, and we come back. You can use your arms. So I don't know if you feel it, but like it's difficult for the trunk. It's moving, like my hips, even on the other side when I'm not moving, it's moving. The balance, like a lot of things are working. Good. So yeah, doing a transfer, it's like walking, or it's activities that when you're able and you don't have any deficiencies in your muscles and your sensory motor systems, like it seems very easy. But when something is lacking or not present anymore. We see, we understand like how complex it is. It is very complex. So many things has to work at the same time and be very coordinated, and so it's very difficult. So if you have difficulties, remember this, it is difficult. There are so many things to be good at, transferring or walking, or on those kind of category of skills, motor skills. Okay, let's do the last set. The same, we go forward like that and out. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. I'm doing a lot, but if you're doing just few in the 30 seconds, like that's totally fine. I know it's difficult. Okay, great. So actually we brought our bum forward. We put our feet down, like out of the footrest, and we lean forward and like on the side. Now, to finish the transfer, just to remind you, we will not do the transfer, but to finish a transfer, the next step, what we need to train, is to lift the bum. So to do a push-up like this, okay? So if you have armrest, you can use the armrest, you will go further up. Be careful, this is also one that is an exercise that is challenging for balance. So be careful, don't lift too much and not too forward if you're alone and you have balance problems. So please be sure to do this in a safe way. But we will train the latissimus and the triceps. So I don't have footrest, but like it's okay also. Sometimes when you go on your bed, it's not there, you don't have anything that is high, so you will use the seat and the bed. So you will do exactly like that. So without using the triceps a lot, you will have to use the lats a bit more. So we'll do that, put the feet on the floor, and we try to lift the bum like this, okay? And try to control and to put a weight equally on both sides. Let's go. Up, up. So this is very good. It's good for the shoulders, it's good for the tricep, the lats. It's a good strengthening exercise for the upper body, even if you're not in a wheelchair. Like, we worked everything, the trunk, the balance, the arms, the legs. Like, I am tired even if we didn't do any transfer. And like, we work like the most important skills and steps for a transfer. After that, like the next step for someone who really wants to train the transfer, it's to put that everything together. But you need to be with someone. It's very difficult, and it's for safety, it's more challenging. Okay, let's do the other set. So please don't try this by yourself, on your own. So you can reach out to a physical therapist, occupational therapist in your area to help you with that if it's something that you want to train. Or your rehab center near your area. You know, sometimes like when people are in rehab, there are so many things they need to learn that sometimes it's not a priority. If you just have a wheelchair, or like if it's not something, or you need so much strength and balance, and like they know that you will not have the time in rehab to gain the appropriate skills to do the transfer, it will not be in your goals. But with time, people are still improving at home. If you continue to do exercises, if you're active in your life, you will continue to improve. And at one point, some people say, hey, I think I might be able to do transfer. And you can try to reach out to them and say, like, my conditions change, I improve, can I have a follow-up, and can I come for a few sessions and learn how to train? It depends on where you're going, and like it depends on many things, but in some cases I saw people that went back to rehab for few sessions or few weeks, and they were able to train walking, like transfers, driving skills, things like that. So try it. If the answer is no, at least you will have tried. And I really hope it will be yes, and you will have a team that will help you to train that skills. Okay, let's go. Let's do the last one. Or you can ask for people in the private sector. So like, I'm doing sessions at home with people, so I train this at home with people. So those kind of things are things that you need someone with you, like in person, not just doing videos. It's too dangerous, like it's not safe. And there's so many things to know, to see, to help you with. Like, it's really worth it to have someone with you for a few sessions. You might not need a lot, but like to help you with that directly. This is very important. So that's it. We did the exercises like to train the skills, to improve the transfers. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned from knowledge about like how to do transfer, what you need to do transfer, and what you can work on. And by doing the exercises also, you can like kind of know which area of which skills you need to focus the more on, because it's the most difficult. Is it the balance for you? Is it the strength? Is it the arms or trunk? What is it that was the most challenging? And work mostly on this, because this will make you improve more. When we train something that we're already good at, it's not the same. Like, you will have less result that if you work something that it's difficult. You have way more room for improvement, and the improvement will make a bigger difference in your life if you're working on difficult things. But it's difficult, and I know people who don't want to work on what's difficult because we want a sense of success. We want to succeed. We want to see, wow, we are good. But you can balance the exercise that you're doing with some that are easy and fun to do, and you say you're proud of yourself. But you will be even more proud at the end if you end up to succeed in those tasks and exercises. So it's always a balance, like to keep be motivated, and to also gain improvement, to gain something. So I hope our videos will help you to find exercises that are good for you, that motivates you, that challenge you also, and that you will see improvement. If you have things that you want to improve, that you want to have information about, you want to have specific exercises, you know that you can reach out to me, explain me what you would like to have, what kind of videos or what kind of skills you want to improve, and I will make sure to do videos about it, because the videos are made for you, to help you to improve your function, your general condition, and your quality of life. So feel free, do not hesitate if you have specific needs. So I'm super happy that you're still with me in this video. So if you like this video, I invite you to do a thumbs up or like. I invite you also to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You can see a lot of videos. Most are in French, but you can More and more will be in English, and I hope you will like those. Also, I invite you to share this video and our channel to people that might benefit from it and might love it. So we want to build a great community of people helping each other and helping. We want to help you to improve, so you can help us by sharing to people. Thank you very much for this. Thank you for doing the exercises with me. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Bye!